Hello everybody and welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday and I'm gonna... I don't think there's anything I really need to buy. Maybe, actually, let's buy bullets. I don't really want to have to... I don't want to have to spend health to get them. So I'm gonna buy bullets. I also don't want to walk around with a bunch of echoes, so... Yeah, this seems like a worthy purchase. Not that I've been using them much lately, but if we come up to a boss, it's probably gonna happen. I don't know if this is true, but I feel like there are gonna be some bosses that you can't parry with the gun. And hopefully they make that clear. Because that is, as to how to deal with bosses, that definitely feels like the optimal strat to me. It's just try to parry as much as possible. Which, fun fact, parrying is a thing that I never really even tried to do much in Dark Souls 3. It just never really seemed necessary. I mean, part of that was because I was using the bow as my primary weapon, and part of that was because when I wasn't using the bow, I was using a shield. So, most of the time. I did go dual daggers for a bit, which was fun. I put poison on them, and it was great. And I think I put bleed on them. Yeah, I put bleed on them. And then I had a poison dagger that I had bleed and poison on. That was pretty cool. And I used that with a shield. And then I also had the one spear that heals you whenever you kill someone. And I whenever I was just kind of wandering around an area I had already been through, I would use the spear and not the bow because I didn't want to have to go through arrows, and it was nice for keeping me topped off, just like this here auto regeneration thing that I have on is good for keeping me topped off right now. Where did I come from? Where did I come from? Actually, do I want to go this way? The skittering thing. Where was the skittering thing? I want to go that way, because I want to go back through the shortcut that I opened up. I gotta remember where that was. Hello? Oh. Okay. There's this guy, who's not really much of a threat. I talked about it last time, but in doing D&D stuff, I've been the homebrewing I've been doing has been making me think about game design a lot more than I had been previously. And again, even before that, I was watching videos on game design, so because it's something that it's a thought I've always kind of entertained, like, you know, making a game. And, you know, I'll probably get to that eventually, you know, making my own original game, but... Yeah, doing D&D stuff, you know, making D&D stuff, it's got me thinking a lot about game design and, you know, analyzing the design of games I've played and, you know, just thinking about, like, how exactly the stuff I'm making works and, you know, what player behavior it encourages and stuff. Yeah, because basically you kind of are a game maker as a DM. Kind of. I mean, if you want to make things, if you want to make things fun as a game, then you really should, as a DM, put some thought into the design of what you're doing. And, you know, just the idea behind, you know, what works in a game and what doesn't. You know, what different parts of a game will encourage different things from your players. Because I didn't used to think about that sort of thing, you know? It used to be just, well, I'm just gonna slap a random encounter here because I want them to fight something, and you know they want to fight something. So let's just bam, yeah, roll on a table. Okay, these are the things you fight. But that didn't always lead to the best results. Specifically, there was one time in the first campaign I run, I'm currently the only one, but soon to not be the only one. In the first campaign I ran, I actually TPK'd with a random encounter. Just because I really didn't put any thought into how the encounter worked. I just thought, oh, well, this thing that I'm using says this should be a decent enough encounter, you know, difficulty-wise for the current level that my party is at. So everything should be fine, right? And turns out, no. No, it was not. There were factors I didn't account for. The party did not roll well, for one. They were kind of sabotaging themselves at a number of times, too. Just because they weren't... None of us were super amazing players. So there were things... I guess to get specific, in the party we had a druid who was really, really fond of the fog cloud spell. What am I hearing? Or I don't remember if it was specifically called fog cloud or not, but it was... Ooh, hi. But it was a spell that made a cloud of fog, basically. And our druid really liked this because our druid was a specific type of... I don't remember whether it was his type of druid or his race or something, but he could see through the fog just fine, while most people couldn't. But that also meant that his party members could not see through the fog. So his party members were trying... The party was surrounded by gnolls, specifically. Because that's what I had rolled up. I'd rolled up, oh, 6 gnolls. This should be fine, you know, and they're... And I didn't even, like, give a look to see, you know, what their HP was, what their AC was, you know, what abilities they had. I was just like, okay, no, this... I was just going straight by the guide. And... So, the druid pops mist, fog cloud, whatever the actual name of the spell was. And because they're surrounded, the party really has nowhere to go but to stay inside the fog. And so the only one who's not hampered in this fight is the druid. So, overall, yes, it's a net positive, kind of. But also, it's kind of still not great because when you're... And they were outnumbered, too. That's the other thing. They were outnumbered. And that's something I hadn't considered before either, is that specifically in D&D, or I think in probably most turn-based games, if you're outnumbered, you're already at a disadvantage. That's a noticeable disadvantage. What is this? Summon Alfred. I don't want to summon anyone. I don't want to summon people. That sounds lame. But yeah, if you're outnumbered in a turn-based game, what is this? What am I doing? Get up, please. Ow. Okay, hold on. Need to heal. I think I accidentally gestured there. Okay, you die now. Oh, you're still alive. Now you die. Okay. There we go. Alright, I think I was holding X and then made a motion with my controller, and then it made me do a gesture. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you're outnumbered in a turn-based game, you are at a disadvantage. Simply because the enemy has more actions than you do. They have more points at which they can make decisions. And thus they're more flexible in their options. And that only gets worse when someone on your team goes down. So yeah, party was surrounded, bunch of gnolls, and Druid Pops missed. And basically, it was a clusterfuck. To not dance around things, that's a boss. To not dance around things, it was quite the fustercluck. And I just hadn't anticipated it. So, yeah, my party ended up dying, and, well, not actually dying because I pulled a Deus Ex Machina, which also probably wasn't the right move, because that kind of tipped him off to the idea that, oh, actually it doesn't really matter if we die because he's going to save us anyway. Arguably I should have just let them die. It wouldn't have been great either way, but there's an argument to be made that that's what should have happened. But like, I also didn't want to give them that, I also didn't want to like save them for free. So it wasn't actually totally, because I guess I was kind of aware of the fact that I didn't want them to think that dying didn't have consequences, because one of the things I did is that the dragon that saved them ended up taking a magical item that they had. And something that I didn't learn until recently, and that probably should have been made obvious by that experience I had, was people in D&D don't like losing items. In fact, a lot of the time they don't they like losing characters more than they like losing items, or they don't dislike losing characters less than they like losing items. So yeah, the character who was in possession of that item was rather upset by the fact that it was lost. I was like, oh, but you could maybe get it back if you go after that dragon. And I was going to allow them the opportunity, actually. I wasn't going to be a jerk about it and say, nope, it's just gone forever. Because that would be even worse. Just be like, nope, this is the price you paid, it's gone forever. Instead, I wanted to turn it into like a kind of a story thing, which in practice is a decent idea. Ow. But I don't know. I guess the point I'm trying to get to is I could have done better. And now that I have the example of, you know, people far more experienced than I am, because to remind you all, the only people I had ever seen or heard of playing D&D before was basically the group of friends I was playing with. So I didn't have a real frame of reference for what good DMing or even what good playing looks like in D&D. So I was basically shooting from the hip. And the results kind of showed that. Oh, hey, it's one of these things again. It's going to disappear before I can get to it. Yeah. Oh, nope. Got it. All right. Yeah. But really, can anyone be surprised that the first time I DM'd a campaign, I wasn't great at it? Tell me, how many times have you tried something for the first time and were immediately amazing at it? I can guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that it's not a lot of times. Like, maybe it's happened before. I mean, you know, maybe it's even happened before with me. And I'm not just not remembering it right now. But I've tried a lot of things. And maybe like one or two of them I had some sort of natural aptitude for. So, I don't really blame myself too much. Like, I'm not going to beat myself up about the fact that I wasn't the best DM when I was DMing back in the day. Because, you know what? It's almost to be expected at that point. And you know what? I can take what I did wrong, and I can learn from it. You know, I can say, like, you've already heard me say, like, things that I could have done better. And I truly believe, you know, that's that I can grow from that. Okay, so once again, I just want to get back to the lantern because I have at least a level's worth of souls. So, echoes, not souls, echoes. So we're gonna go back to the lantern. I don't remember if I cleared this area out up here. I'm gonna try to be maybe a little careful just in case. Hello? Anyone here? Does not appear so. Okay, no, I did clear this area. Cool. Alright, going back to the lantern. Man, that's the thing, though. One thing that definitely hasn't changed between, you know, when I was first DMing and DMing now is I am I really just, I guess there's no other word to describe it than I'm so anxious about it because, you know, I want to do a good job, right? Like, when I try to entertain people, I want to do a good job, and DMing, at least in part, is entertaining others. But also, you know, I have so many cool ideas that I want to figure out how to work in, and just so many things I just want to. It's hard to talk about because I have so many feelings. I don't know. I'm excited and I'm anxious and I really just want to get to it because I have been talking about this, or at least thinking about it, for months now. Actually, I think we have been. I think I brought up playing D&D to my players like months ago. Pretty sure I started the Discord months ago. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for so long, and I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I just want it to be really good, but I'm nervous because I know I'm gonna mess up eventually, and I don't know. Probably not gonna talk about D&D as much next time, because I plan on going to fight that boss that I definitely avoided. But again, yeah, that's next time. Because as for this episode, that's a wrap. Did I talk about the game at all?